Yo, 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 it's your boy 1D215 back with another video. Today on this video, y'all, we're going to talk about the stigma of double standards. There's double standards in this world. There's double standards with a lot of things that we go through in life. But let's talk about the men versus women double standards, because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of things that women can get away with that men necessarily can't. Or we can, because at the end of the day, we do what we want, for the most part, within reason, you know, fellas. But at the same time, society has played and cast these rules or these nuances or whatever you want to call it amongst all of us, whereas like it's damn near the norm, and it's like whether it's right or wrong is what it is. But let's start at the top. Let's start at the number one, and that's cheating. We all know cheating is not tolerated in no type of way, whether you man or a woman. Let's keep it a buck. Cheating is probably the worst thing you can do to your partner. It just is. And it shouldn't be accepted. It shouldn't be embraced. It shouldn't be something that men is doing. It shouldn't be something that women is doing. Most people have a zero tolerance for that. Some people could get over other things that may transpire in a relationship, but cheating is probably number one. Well, when I think of the double standard in that, it seemed like when men cheat, they just nasty, low down dogs. They, you know, oh man, I knew he was a cheater from the rip I met him. He cheated because he can't keep it between his legs. He want that good or whatever. Y'all know the word I want to use for that one. But that, you know, that's what's cast upon men when we cheat. On the other hand, when a woman cheat, is always, oh, she wasn't happy. He wasn't fulfilling her needs. It's him, because she cheated, or he should have seen the signs. She checked out months ago, and it's always like, if y'all notice that, let me know, because don't get me wrong, all these things I'ma list off ain't created equal. Sometimes it ain't always that, but the majority of the time, y'all know, y'all hear that, especially with the cheating thing. He didn't fulfill her. He didn't listen to her. So she had to do what she had to do. Stella had to get her groove back, and all these old weird slogans. We know, we heard them. But every time a man cheats, never, I wonder what she did. Was she good to him? You rarely hear that. Let's keep it a buck, my men and my women. Like, let's just keep it a buck on that one. So it's a double standard. It really is. It's like, man, you can't win for losing, you know. Keeping it on that same topic, another one, body shaming. Let's get into body shaming. For real. Since we, like, let's just rattle them off. Have you ever heard of big and beautiful woman? Like on dating apps. I think they got a name for it. It's called BBW or something. That's for women. If a woman is oversized, and don't get it messed up, ain't nothing wrong with a thick woman. Ain't nothing wrong. I don't know about obese or nothing, but a lot of us, man, we don't mind a thick woman. Yours, I raise my hand for that one. So I ain't shaming big women at all. What I'm saying is there's a title for big women for whatever reason. I don't know who made the title. I'm sure it was a female. And a BBW, and big beautiful woman, and big and voluptuous, and big and this, and it's always something. You know, I ain't fat, I'm just big boned. All that was a woman thing. Well, do you hear any slogans or titles for overweight men? If a woman see an overweight guy, he's not called big beautiful man. He's just big. Or he's fat, or he's sloppy, or he's obese. Let's keep it real. There's no title or something to lighten the blow for overweight men out here. It ain't. And don't get me wrong, there's women that like big guys. I'm not, saying nothing with that either. But this ain't a body shaming thing. This is more of a reality thing. Women has made titles for women that's overweight. They just have. And it's like, what about the overweight men that's seeking love or validation or encouragement or wherewithal, to have confidence in himself? Don't they count too? I guess they don't. That's the double standard. We being real with that one. And it's like, you see them all the time. Off the top of my head, let's talk about domestic violence. We gotta go there. We gotta go there. It's a touchy subject, and it's a real subject. Now, I don't advocate and I don't condone men hitting women. It's not becoming, it's not good. Does it happen? Yes. Does things transpire? We never know what happened behind the scenes, what happened. I'm not condoning it. But if a man puts his hands on a woman, more than likely he's going to be escorted out of that house, whether if it happens in the house or wherever it happened. He's going to be escorted out of wherever it happened, cuffed and sent to jail. Let's just keep it a buck. Not all the time. Sometimes, cooler heads prevail on one press charge. You just want them out. Y'all know how it go. If you know, you know. And this is not a flex. This ain't, it is what it is. It's a serious subject. But let's get real on that serious subject. If a woman hits a man, you see it on social media. She's praised and cheered on. No matter if the man did anything to her, he might have said something that she didn't like. You see drinks being poured to men's faces. You see men getting back smacked and all time. Let's keep it real. A woman will never go away in cuffs or be escorted out of anywhere if she put her hands on a man, no matter what the circumstance is. It just don't happen. They cheered on, and you go, girl, and he had it coming. No matter what the man did, how small or how minute it was, you never hear it. Now, like I said, at the end of the day, men shouldn't be hitting women, but guess what? Women shouldn't be hitting men. Because that's another double standard where it seems like women want to be like men. We're going to get into that too. This ain't even on the double standard thing, but it somewhat is. Women claim how we this and that. We ain't worth this, we ain't worth that. But they want to be us so bad. Everything, like, not everything, but a lot of things that you see with these modern day women is mimicked from us. The one that kills me the most is why men can sleep with a bunch of women and they call pimps. But if a woman sleep with a bunch of men, they call whores. Let me explain that to any women that's watching right now. Should nobody be sleeping with a bunch of nobody? Because first of all, that's how diseases go around. It's not a good look. It's not. But if I'm being serious, if I'm being real and serious about that, first of all, sweetie, I'm going to keep it real. Men was born, just like y'all born with estrogen, y'all can't help that. Men is born with hormones, testosterone. I'm not advocating cheating. I'm not advocating men sleep with 20 women or nothing like that. I'm not. But when you're made a certain way, you got animal instinct, you can't help how you was made. Women wasn't born with none of those things that I just said. They wasn't. They was born with different chromosomes than the man. Period. Men and women are made different. Can we, at least agree on that? Not saying it's okay for anybody to sleep around, but men we have a thing in us where what's the word I'm looking for? We have animal instincts. So some men do partake in sleeping around. I'm not making light of it. I don't condone it. I don't think nobody should. But guess what? When men turn a naked eye to it or call a man a pimp or damn bro, you got a couple, it's not really triggered by it's not really a bad, it comes from an endearing space only because it is what it is. It's been happening before our time. It's something that's kind of somewhat natural. Is it right? No. If you got a woman, you should be loyal to that woman. You shouldn't be sleeping around. If you got a wife, you definitely shouldn't be sleeping around. But for women to take it on and grasp it, because girls are players too, and all this whole BS, that's something that women gravitated towards, and it just shows the lack of knowledge with a woman and the lack of wherewithal. Anytime a woman is messing with random different men, whether they random or not, she could know the men, okay. but she dealing with 5, 6 guys at a time. Think about what I just said. 5, 6 men at one time, and y'all take that on like y'all wear that like a badge of honor. You can't compare the two. You just can't, and y'all know y'all sound foolish with that. Oh, a man can sleep with man shouldn't be sleeping, but it's more rational. It really is. It's like, all right, damn, he kind of nasty, but it's one of them things that I barely can explain because it's black and white right in front of your face. No woman should compare herself to a man when it comes to partaking in different relations. It never should happen because y'all wasn't even made to be like that. Y'all have it in y'all to be that. Y'all made it in y'all, and some of y'all want to be nasty and want to even the playing field or whatever you want to call it. So let's keep it a buck on that. Like, I hate to take it there, but that's one of my pet peeves. I'll be like, wait, they comparing, why, man? That show you like you a whore. You want to sleep around? I don't know. It's just wild. Yeah, but the whole arguing with men. Women like to argue with men, and then they don't want to take the ramifications that come from that. And not saying it has to be violent or nothing, but shouldn't no woman be arguing with a man, period. It shouldn't happen, but it happens a little too much for my liking. That's not more of a double standard. That's just something that women are taking on. It seems like nowadays women are taking on these crazy outlooks, and they feel as though they could just say anything to anybody, men included, and it's like, we just got to take it. Like, you got to take it because she a woman. That's the double standard. But a man can't say that about a woman. Same thing just off the top of my head, like workplace stuff. A man cannot, like, just blatantly hit on a woman in the workplace. Period. We know how it go. Workplace policy, all types of laws and sexual misconduct and all these type of words that they use in the workplace. Let a woman hit on the man, whether he like it or not. And believe it or not, some men don't be liking that, yo. Like, every man don't want every woman that walks his way. Let me break the news to y'all. Will men, for the most part, knock off damn near anything? Yes. That's why y'all need to stop talking about y'all options y'all got, because that's not options. That's just men being men. But getting back to it, there's a double standard in the workplace because women can flirt with men all day, grasp them, touch our shoulders, look at us a certain way. Let a man do that. Let a man do that to a woman. And somebody catch wind. Even if the girl cool with it, somebody else seen it. Now you got all types of write-ups, might lose your job, all types of stuff. Got to go through a different training, courses, and like, let's keep it real. There's double standards in the workplace as well, and we know it. Boundaries, that's a big one. Gentlemen, when we set boundaries, right? When we set like you in a relationship with a girl, but you set boundaries. If she don't like those boundaries or like the way you coming off, you're a menace, you're controlling, you're too much, you doing too much, you sassy, what you doing, like, boundaries, like, what's up? But if she doing it, if she set any type of boundaries, she on her purpose, right? She standing 10 toes down. And all these little phrases that women like to use to make it, well, wait a minute. I'm controlling because I'm setting boundaries, but when you do it, you on your purpose. You about your business. I don't get it, right? There's a disconnect there. It's like, wait a minute. Why is it the other way like this? And they egg each other on with these crazy double standards. There's not a lot of women saying that is like, yeah, like we be drawing sometimes. There's some, obviously, but most of them is like, yeah, that's the way it should go. It's weird, but, y'all know me. I'm going to bring these talking points out, and we're going to have those hard conversations. Men is getting fed up with a lot of these double standards, period. That's why right now there's a single life. There's a single game. Like, a lot of people are single because men are saying it ain't really worth it to deal with. Even if the girl is nice looking, even if she is somewhat an okay person overall, you know you gotta deal with these different nuances in the relationship, and it don't really benefit men. It don't, because at the end of the day, they think all we want is what's between their legs. And if I'm being real, we want that, but they think that's the end all be all, and it don't be that deep. It don't be that deep. If he want this, he's going to jump through hoops, this, that. These like in the double standards. That's part of it. It's definitely part of it. Same thing with, like I said, here's a good example of the whole domestic violence or just violence in general. Remember that elevator joint with JayZ and Solange? How she was going off on JayZ, right? What was the outlook on that? What was the common denominator from the masses, from the viewing public on that? I wonder. It wasn't, damn, she shouldn't be hitting that man like that. That's crazy. Whether it's JayZ or not, he could be worth $1. It don't matter. I'm just saying, in general, it don't matter that it's JayZ. It's the woman and the man. It wasn't, why is she hitting that man like that? What is she doing? That's crazy. She doing too much. No, the outlook was, I wonder what he said to her or Beyonce or whatever. I wonder what he said to make her that mad. That was the outlook. Y'all remember, I know I'm going back a few years, but everybody remember the whole Solange JayZ joint in the elevator. When they was coming from that ball or whatever they was doing. The black and white videotape that we all watched. No, the sentiment was not she drawing. For men or women. Like, I'm saying men too. It wasn't, yo, she doing too much. What is she doing? Like, why would she even swing on a dude like that? Like, that was not, nobody said that. Everybody was mainly wondering, what did he say to make her? So that just go right there. That goes with my point with the whole, how women think they can, it's crazy. And at the end of the day, a man shouldn't be hitting a woman. That's just bar none. That's just straight up. But when you look at it like a double-edged sword, it's like, wait a minute. This is what's going on? So we gotta take that into consideration. That just popped off the top of my head because I'm like, wait a minute, that's a good example of that. It's just, it's wild. It's wild out here with these double standards. Here's one that's a little touchy. We're going to wrap this video up. To my vulnerable men. To my man that has a little more emotion than the average. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying I wouldn't consider myself a vulnerable being. I don't cry often. Last time I cried was probably at my sister's funeral, if I'm being real. And that's neither here nor there. That's not to make me look tough, because I'm not the toughest dude out here. I keep it real. I don't think I can beat everybody up. I'm not macho man, none of that. But I'm not on this realm. But there are some men that's somewhat vulnerable, right? Somewhat emotional. Some men that'll cry from things or whatever. If a man do that, it's frowned upon. If a man is connected with his inner feelings for whatever reason, or he's hurt by his mate or whatever, he's looked at as, or whatever. Y'all know what the words, I ain't gonna put him out there, but he put it like this. He's cast a shadow upon. He's not raised up and you are like, but if women do it, they emotional right now. Oh baby, y'all know what women get pent. If a woman cries because of a man did whatever, or she think a man did, she's pampered. But if a man even show one inkling of emotion, and I'm not even casting it because I'm that guy. I'm not, but I gotta keep it real. I know men that's a little more on the emotional side than some others. Some men is in tune with their feelings a little more, and I salute those men. This ain't no this ain't none of that. I'm being real. Like, it's 2025, we grown men. Let's keep it a buck. Why is that man frowned upon? But if the shoe was on the other foot, a woman is catered and coddled, and like, y'all get where I'm coming from? It's crazy. It's a double standard. That's one I had to hit on, because it's like, nowadays you never know what somebody going through. Like, and we all know men go through way more than women. Not trying to be sexist or none of that, but men go through, as far as on the daily. Women go through things too, don't get me wrong, but man, we gotta work a little harder for ours, if I'm being real. And that could be on another video. Women are handed a lot of things. They just are. But these double standards, y'all, I think we gotta start nipping them in the bud. We not taking it no more. We like certain things, okay, on the surface is like, all right. But some of that stuff is like overzealous, is overblown, and it's just outrageous. And somebody gotta say something about it. That's why I said I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna be the boy that's put it out there. Double standards, we not dealing with them. We not taking them on that surface no more. We not taking them on that level because it's like they want to be us so bad. All right, so you gonna get treated like us. And this video is only to those women that's really far left on that type time. I know a lot of my women ain't even on that, and they understand where I'm coming from. Speaking on that, I want to give a shout out. We're going to wrap this video up. I want to give a shout out to my sis, Amber Star, on YouTube. Watch her videos, y'all. Watch her videos. She on YouTube. I believe she's on TikTok as well, and she might be on Instagram, but definitely on YouTube. Type that in, Amber Star with 2 R's at the end, STARR. Check her out. If y'all look for a different perspective from a woman's side of you, pretty much on the same type time I am, y'all want to check her out. Don't be scared to like, share, and subscribe to her channel. I salute y'all. I'ma holla at y'all in the next one. I'm out.